Everybody, it's Brooke again coming to you from our Gateway Survivor Series on our YouTube channel for Gateway support and resources. Today we're going to be working on creating body paragraphs that rock. The previous episode we talked about intros and conclusions, so today we're going to get to the meat of our essay with all of our specific evidence and explaining sentences to earn us that passing score for Gateway. So for a lot of you, writing a body paragraph, maybe we needed to add a couple more sentences, and just maybe even one more sentence would have got us a passing score. So I'm going to give you this template. It's an 8-sentence template so that you can kind of have a tool to remember what you need to include. Now, you can always include more sentences than 8, but the way this is set up is it's giving you 2 main points, information from the documents, as well as explaining sentences. And those explaining sentences a lot of times are the difference between passing and failing Gateway. So we're going to draw specific attention to those once we start going through them. So if you remember, our first bullet asked us to identify a cell organelle that can be related to Interstate 85, and then to describe how the function of this organelle is like an interstate. So this is body paragraph 1. So that's what we're going to be working on writing using our template that we have here. We're doing this with the science prompt right now, but we can use this same 8-sentence body paragraph template for social studies. It works just the same. It's the same pieces to that puzzle that we're making for the body paragraph. So I wanted to give you an idea. So our first sentence is going to be the topic sentence. So I made us a topic sentence. The topic sentence tells you the main idea of that paragraph. So when the reader's reading your paragraph, they know what's coming. So I said a cell organelle that can be related to Interstate 85 is the microtubules within an animal cell. So that answers for us that this paragraph is going to be about the function of microtubules and how they're like Interstate 85. The second sentence would be our main point or our first claim. So this is our main idea, our first main idea we're talking about. So for that sentence, I got a little more specific. I said the microtubules act as train tracks within the cell to transport organelles and vesicles. So we're using those good content vocab words, vesicles and organelles, to various places in the cell in order for them to perform homeostasis. So there's another one of those good vocab words. Now, the next sentence after the main point is important because you're going to pick out a piece of information from the documents to help explain and support your main idea, your main claim that you put here. So for number 3, I pulled some information from document A, and I said, as shown in document A, the microtubules are long, rod-shaped components of the cytoskeleton that provide shape and support to a eukaryotic cell. So this information I pulled directly off of the picture of the cell, and that helps me explain to the reader what is a microtubule. So here's our document A, and remember it's down here, microtubules. There's a picture of it. So that's where we got that sentence from, our evidence from the document. And that's very important that we use evidence from the document. Now the next sentence, sentence 4, is where a lot of us skip this step. And like I said, this can be the difference between passing and failing Gateway. So it's super important. We're going to explain why this piece of information from the documents helps prove our claim that we made here, right? So our next sentence, sentence 4, says, microtubules are also form spindle fibers for separating chromosomes during the process of mitosis. So we're not just talking about what a microtubule looks like, but now we're getting in to explain that their function of the cell is to help in the process of mitosis by creating these fibers. So that's a good explaining sentence. All right, next we're going to look for our second claim, our second main point. So that would be sentence 5. So what I created for you for sentence 5 says the microtubules can be compared to I-85, which is a major interstate that runs through multiple cities surrounding Atlanta. And then I put Doc B because I looked at that picture of the interstate. This picture, I looked at the picture of the interstate. So that was my second main point. So now we're talking about what is the purpose of the cell, right? So this gets into that second part of the bullet, which is important that we know that there's two things we need to talk about in the bullet. All right, what is some information that can help back up that idea? Here we go. So notice that I pulled information from the document in two different places. I did document B and I did document A, so that's double evidence, right? So that's very helpful and telling to our reader that we know how to pull information to help support our claim. So I said, because I-85 provides the foundation and support for cars traveling through Atlanta, and I got that information from document B, I-85 serves as the train tracks that move cars and people to the location they need to get to in order to perform their job or role in the city. And I got that from document A. So the idea that Atlanta, the city, can be a cell came from document A. So giving as much evidence to your reasoning is what's going to help us pass Gateway. All right, sentence 7 is that explaining sentence we talked about. That's super important. Why we're making this claim, here's some info to back it up, and we're further going to tie it in together. So this explaining sentence is essential. So let's read sentence 7. There are multiple roads that diverge off of I-85, and this can be compared to microtubules forming spindle fibers to separate chromosomes during the process of mitosis. So here we are again talking about how the microtubules act as this divergent Interstate 85. All right, and then the last sentence is a lot of times people skip this sentence. This is the transition sentence, and you're really taking your reader from body paragraph 1, the ideas in body paragraph 1, which is bullet 1 on your prompt. And so the next body paragraph is going to be body paragraph 2. And so we need to take our reader from body paragraph 1, and we're going to take them to body paragraph 2. So this will be body paragraph number 2. Okay, and I did different colors so you can see that we have body paragraph 1, and then we're going to have body paragraph 2. Well, we have to have a sentence that takes us from this idea to this idea. So this sentence right here at the end is kind of a bridge that takes us from one to the other. Okay, we'll talk about another time creating these transition sentences, but I wanted to show you one that I created for you. It says cell organelles work together and provide a specific role in the cell. And these organelles, when compared to traffic-related analogies, also help keep the city functioning. So we're talking about the beginning part is talking about the cell organelles and their function. And then the next paragraph that we're going to be talking about is comparing it to that analogy and the function of this cell organelle as the city functioning as well with Interstate 85. So again, the next video we'll be talking about transition sentences, so be sure to check out that sentence. But hopefully this helped you with a template for a tool that you can use for when you're writing your body paragraphs. Like we said before, this can be used for science or social studies, and you can always include more sentences, but at least when you use this template, you're picking two main claims, you're picking two pieces of information from the documents, and you're explaining both of those main points and why, and then transitioning into the next idea. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you need help, be sure to comment below and we'll get back to you. Also below in the description is a link to the other videos in our series that's helpful to you. Thanks for stopping by today.